Hey there, everybody. So, welcome back to the Casa. I know it's been a while. I got a video coming that, we'll talk about all of that and what have you. But I was in the middle of making Kimbap. I used to be stationed in Korea for a while, and I kind of picked up the taste there. And I used to make it all the time when my kids were younger and stuff. And I haven't made it in a little while, and I kind of had the taste for it, so I figured I'd go ahead and make some. And while I was making it, I decided to go ahead and kind of share it with you guys. So what I got here is basically my version of it. You can put pretty much anything you want in this. A lot of things go with it and what have you. This is just what I kind of picked out for today to do it. So first, what we've got, of course, is we've got our seaweed. It comes in a pack. There'll be a little, spice packet in here that you don't eat, just to, keep it fresh, what have you. Don't eat the spice packet. But, it'll come in little sheets, sometimes 10, sometimes 20 to a pack. So what I'm going to put in mine, of course, we have rice, and this is about 4 cups of rice, 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, did it up in the rice cooker. And while it was still warm, I added rice wine vinegar. You mix that in. You don't want it sopping wet. You just kind of want it sticky. Then I let it cool enough that I can handle it and what have you. So what I'm going to put in this one is I've got some canned ham. It's mechanically separated, pressed together ham. It's not Spam, so it's not got all the weird funky spices. It's just plain ham. Comes in one of those canned, the old canned ham camper shaped cans. That's why they call them canned ham campers. Grab myself some matchstick carrots. Normally I cut my own carrots because I cut them a little thicker, but I kind of cheated today. These are a little thin, so I'm going to add some extras to that. I have some seasoned burdock, which I got from the local farmers market here. They have a lot of Oriental stuff up there, what have you. So I took a run up there. This is just seasoned burdock. It's got a savory kind of taste to it. I have some pickled radish. Now I love this stuff. I used to eat this stuff just plain. I used to buy the big long piece of it, cut it up, and eat it plain. I love this stuff. Again, this was kind of something I picked up in Korea, eating it, and I just eat the whole thing by itself. But we got it sliced up into some sticks. We're going to use that. And then I have basically just some scrambled eggs. I scrambled them up in a pan, fairly thick, and then I sliced them into slices. So there it is. That's what we're putting on this. Basically we're going to roll it up. I sliced it just to kind of show you guys the insides already. Eventually I'm going to slice these up into discs. Now the ends are kind of raggedy because I don't get all the way out to the edges of my rice paper sometimes, or of my seaweed paper sometimes. That's the way it is. The other thing I've got a bowl of water, and that's going to get 2 things for us. One, I'm going to be able to wet my hands with it so the rice won't stick to my hands so much. And secondly, when we get to the end, it'll allow us to seal our seaweed up and our rolls will stay closed. So let's go ahead and get this started. And basically, like I say, I just wet my hands a little bit. It's going to help the rice not stick to my hands because this rice is pretty sticky from the vinegar and what have you. We're just going to grab ourselves some rice and we're going to start spreading the rice out on our seaweed here. Now, I'm going to try and get as close to the edges as I can, but I don't want to make a huge mess, so I'm probably not going to go completely to the edge. I'm going to try and not go over. To this leading edge, I'm going to try and go as close to this leading edge as I can. So we'll go all the way down, as far as we can. And you want about 1/4 of an inch or so. It doesn't have to be super thick. We'll just pat this down as we go up. And when we get up towards this other end, you're going to leave probably about 1/2 inch to 1 inch on this far end. And the reason you're going to leave that is that will allow us to fold the end over and seal it up. So there we go. There's that. Let me wipe my hands real quick. That's the messiest part of it, is the rice. And sometimes I'll do, you know, 3 or 4 of them at a time, get them together, put them on plates. I really don't have the room right here. I'm doing it on my stovetop, you know, so it is what it is. So then we're just going to start filling it. So I'm going to take some carrots, and I'm going to lay some carrots down long ways. Now I'm trying to keep them, you know, kind of straight so that they're in a nice little line, so that when we cut this and we open it up, it's going to be kind of attractive, not willy-nilly. Some of these are curved, some of them aren't. So like I say, normally I cut this as single sticks. This was just easier, so it's a little cheaty, but on the flip side, it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt because of the fact that it sticks. They don't want to kind of lay flat. But anyway, there we go. We got that. So now let's put down, we'll throw down a piece of our burdock. We may have to cut that. You may have to trim our stuff up a little bit, and that's fine because you can use the trimmings and line them up just one right after the other and just kind of butt the edges together because we're going to be slicing this up anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. We got a piece of our pickled turnip. I'm eating that. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to eat that because, like I say, I really like that. So we got some of that. And you're kind of trying to keep your colors, you know, separate from one another a little bit. Because, you know, you're trying to be pretty about this. So there we go. We got our ham. Need a little bit extra. Now we have our egg. Let's throw our egg in here. So there we go. And the egg's about the right size. Just because of the frying pan that I use. So there we go. We got everything in there. Now it's just a matter of rolling this up. Let's get it onto our bamboo mat here properly so that it's kind of squared up. Trying not to tear my seaweed. And we're just going to grab the end of our mat. I mean, you can see that or not. And we're going to hold down on our filling. And we're going to press and bring our mat over. And as we bring it over, we're going to pull our mat up. And we're just going to keep tucking that seaweed in and keep rolling. And as we roll, we want to try and keep this as tight as possible. Now our rice is going to start to move a little bit. It's going to squish out a little bit. But hopefully we get down to this end. You can see we got, you know, a bit of the edge of the rice or of the seaweed that doesn't have any rice on it. We're going to take ourselves some water in our hand. We're just going to put it on our fingers, put it on the edge of the seaweed, and continue to roll and bring that right on over. Now, it's not going to stick right away, but if you lay it on your plate or whatever, and just sit it there, eventually that'll moisten up that seaweed. The seaweed will take hold. The whole thing will stay closed. And there it is. See? Boom. Now, these ends, I usually eat them anyway. I trim them up because this is just for me. This is not for fancy resale or anything like that. So I will cut that up into pieces. And there we go. Let me go ahead and cut this one open real quick. Just got to be a little careful you don't tear your seaweed. Could have a sharp knife. We'll cut that open. See what it looks like. Not too bad. Not too bad. So there it is. That's just kind of my version of it. You see this in the stores all the time. They want to charge prices for it that are, you know, crazy prices. And honestly, you do this home. And what'd that take me? It took me a couple of minutes. I mean, prep time. If you got a rice cooker, you throw the rice in. The rice cooker does the job for you. You know, the rest of the stuff, the burdock is pre-cut when I bought it. The ham, yeah, you got to slice the ham up. You got to slice up the pickled radish, and you got to make the eggs. What do you got? 20 minutes worth of prep work, and I don't know how many of these I'll end up making. It'll probably make a good, 15, 20 of them at least. So there it is. Hope you enjoy. Just kind of trying to get back to doing some filming and stuff. All right, talk to you later. Bye.